Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. Hope you're having a great day in Jesus. These are 14 ways you can help your church to grow that require absolutely no talent. Now, I wrote this in very small print, so I'm hoping I'm able to read it. When I presented this at a church recently, I didn't do such a great job reading a couple of them. Let's get started. Thanks for being here. First, 14 things you can see your church grow that requires no talent, doesn't require you to be a multimillionaire, does not require you to be any number of things, no talent at all, is pray sincerely and lovingly for your church, for the people of the church, for the pastor and his family. Just pray. Focus your prayers on those things. This is 14 ways, that's number one, that you and I can contribute to church growth. Number two is just to give. Give what? Well, give of your time. Give of your talent. Give of your finances. It requires absolutely nothing to do this. Just give. And when you give, and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, shall men give into your bosom. I mean, it's for church invitations. It's for online representation. It's for any number of things. Sunday school books, church insurance, church utility bills, any number of things. Repairs around the church. Number three, how you and I can help our church to grow is to be faithful. Just be there. Show up. Show up on boring Wednesday night church services. Just show up. It doesn't have to be the most exciting thing in the world. The Word is exciting. Angels like the Word. Read about it. You know, Psalm 103, Psalm 107, that area. Be faithful. The fourth thing we can do to help our churches grow out of 14 is greet guests and be friendly. You'd probably be shocked from a pastor's viewpoint how many leaders I see constantly who do everything possible to avoid guests and newcomers. When we have a little time, a few minutes to let's shake hands and all this, I don't know if they're tired. I don't know if they feel like, well, I'll catch it next time or I'll let somebody else. But it's just natural to gravitate. It's easier. First of all, it's easier always to do nothing to do something. And it's easier to go into your comfort zone than to step out of your comfort zone. Greet guests and be friendly. Now, number 5 is kind of associated with that. But we all have people, I would assume, or most of us in our churches, that maybe have come several times. Maybe they're at certain levels of their experience with God. They're newcomers. We still call them newcomers. They're, engage them. Speak to newcomers. Engage them. Get to know their names. Get their phone numbers if they want to give it. Text them every so often. Say, hey, these newcomers, it's not just, they've been twice, so I'll never talk to them again. No. Engage newcomers. These are 14 things we can do to see our church grow. Number 6 is pray for our city and our area. Just pray. God, open the eyes of everybody in our city. Let them come to you. This is 14 things we can do to see our church grow. Number 7 is pray for our workplace. Maybe you own a business. Pray for the employees. Pray for their families. Maybe you work for somebody. Pray, God, give me a way to share, to witness, to love these people. Just pray for your workplace. Number 8, how to see the church grow. Pray for your country, that God would let us lead a life quiet and peaceable and able to meet freely, have freedom of worship, and to be able to do the things God has called us to do. 1 Timothy 2, verses 1 through 3 tells us to do that. Number 9, be positive. Keep a great attitude. Don't gossip. These are things we can do to see our church grow. church isn't going to grow very much if we're like the nation of Israel coming up out of Egypt. Everything's bad. Everything's terrible. The mega church up the street has everything. You don't preach as good as Jensen Franklin or Anthony Stop. Keep a great attitude. This is a place, Jesus is here. The holy angels are here. People get healed here. People get saved here. The Word of God gets preached here. Our children get taught and saved here. This is a great place. So don't gossip. Be positive. Keep a great attitude. Backsliders. Pray for people who have come to God, born again of water and spirit, and backslide. Pray for these people. Pray for them to come back to the faith, to live for God. Luke 15, Jesus cares for them. Most churches that have been around any length of time, if all the backsliders came back, or even a good portion, couldn't hold all the room for the backsliders. All right, now I'm Pentecostal, so this is for Pentecostals. Some of these others are too, all of them really. But specifically, pray with people at the altar. Somebody gives an altar call. I shall not be moved. I shall not be moved. There's always next week when I'm not as weak, so I shall not be moved. No! If somebody responds to God, at least go pray around them. You don't have to lay hands on them per se, but you can just be around for moral support. He inhabits the praises of his people. Just pray, be there for them. Pray with people at the altar, and you may see God alter them. So, number 12, ways we can see our church grow that requires no talent at all is be kind to people in the community. If you're hateful because your Burger King order is not right, or because the person got your change wrong at the Quick Trip, well, when it comes time to winning them to God, they may look at you and say, you're the only Bible I've ever read, and I'm closing that living epistle right now because what you got's not what I want. They get enough of that in the world. Isn't it a shame when the world is kinder than the church? Number 13 is worship. I don't feel like worshiping. Well, great. That's all. Let the praise be continually in your mouth, the fruit of our lips giving thanks to his name. Worship him because he's worthy. Worship him for his excellent great. Well, the music was bad. I don't like that kind of music. I don't like country gospel. I don't like southern gospel. I don't like contemporary praise and worship. I don't like hymns. It's all about God. Worship him according to his excellent greatness, but worship. He seeketh such to worship him, those that will worship him in spirit and truth. He inhabits the praises of his people. I know that was Old Testament. How much more would it be in the New Testament if we've got a better covenant established upon better promises? 14th thing, but it's not going to be the last one, we give you one extra, is give yourself totally to God. Just say, God, here I am, use me. Whatever you want me to do. I just want to be used of you. That's 14 ways that require no talent that we can see our churches grow. Number 15 is peace. Pray for the peace of God on your church. Pray for the peace of God in your home and on every home in your church. Pray for the peace of God in our country. And these are 14 and an extra things you and I that require no talent at all to see our churches grow. So God bless you. Let's believe God for amazingly fast-growing churches that preach the truth of God in love and see God do great things here in this hour. God bless. Bye-bye.